When Daniel moved into apartment 4B, he wasn't expecting much. The place was cheap, a little too cheap for the center of the city, but he chalked it up to luck and a desperate landlord. The building was old, built in the 1930s. Brick walls, narrow hallways, the kind of place that felt like it held secrets. But Daniel didn't care. He just needed a quiet place to start over. For the first week, everything seemed normal. Until the scratching started. At first, it was faint, like mice somewhere inside the walls. But it didn't take long for the noise to become deliberate. Rhythmic. Patterned. Too intelligent to be an animal. One night at 2:13 a.m., Daniel woke up to the sound of someone scratching words into the wall right next to his bed. Slow, dragging letters. He used his phone flashlight. The wall was bare, but the scratching continued. Daniel placed his ear against the cold plaster. A whisper filled his ear. "Do you remember?" Daniel jerked back. "What? Who's there?" The whisper came again, clearer, pressing directly into his skull. "Do you remember?" His phone flickered. The light stretched strangely, bending toward the wall, as if the wall was pulling the light in. Then Daniel saw something forming beneath the paint. A handprint. Then another. Then a face pushing outward, stretching the wall like it was elastic skin. Daniel scrambled backward as the wall bulged, cracking along the edges, plaster bending and splitting like wet paper. The face whispered again. "Let me out. You promised." "No," Daniel muttered. "I don't know you." "I don't." The wall pulsed, and suddenly a memory stabbed through him. A basement. A flashlight. A girl crying. A door slamming shut. Daniel dropped to the floor, clutching his head. The memory wasn't from his childhood. It wasn't from his past. It wasn't from anywhere he recognized. But it felt real. The face pushed further through the wall, now a full head, neck, and shoulders pressing into the apartment. Daniel ran to the front door. It wouldn't open. The lock spun. The handle jammed. From behind him came the grinding, wet sound of plaster tearing. Daniel turned. A person, no, a shape, crawled through the wall, dropping into the room like a puppet cut from its strings. Dust poured off it like smoke. Its limbs bent wrong, its movements jerky and unnatural. It stood upright slowly, tilting its head until a sickening crack echoed through the room. Its face wasn't human anymore. It was a collage of faces. Dozens. All melted together like wax. Every one of them whispered the same question, layered voices vibrating the floorboards. "Do you remember what you did to us?" "I didn't do anything." Daniel shouted. The creature stepped closer. The lights flickered with each of its movements. "You did," it rasped. "Everyone who lives here does." Daniel's breath hitched. "What are you?" "We are the ones this building keeps," it whispered. "This place remembers. Every fear. Every regret. Every sin you think you've forgotten." The creature reached out a long, shaking hand and touched Daniel's forehead. Instantly, Daniel felt memories hit him. Memories he never lived, memories of strangers, all trapped here before him. Screaming. Running. Hiding. All swallowed by apartment 4B. Daniel stumbled back, but the creature grabbed him, pulling him toward the wall. The plaster softened, turning to a thick, cold sludge. Daniel screamed and clawed, but the wall swallowed him whole like quicksand. The last thing he heard was the creature whispering, "You live here now." The next morning, apartment 4B was silent. When the landlord opened the room, he sighed heavily. The apartment was empty, except for one new detail, a fresh handprint pressed deep into the wall. Still warm. And deep inside the plaster, if you listened close, you could hear someone scratching. "Do you remember?" Story ends.